Hey there, welcome back to The Magic in the Music. I'm Jen. In today's video, I'm going to teach you about one of the most commonly misunderstood aspects of Disney Vacation Club, for new members especially, and it's booking windows. You'll often hear DVC members refer to the 11-month booking window and the 7-month booking window. And I'm here to make sure that if you are considering buying Disney Vacation Club, or if you're a new member, you have a clear understanding of this so that you can get the most out of your DVC membership. I'm also going to walk you through some scenarios that will help clarify DVC booking windows. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video when I'll answer my most frequently asked DVC booking question. Let's start by refreshing your memory about home resort. If you're already a DVC member, you should be pretty familiar with this. So the first thing that you need to know about DVC booking windows is the term home resort. Each DVC contract has a home, so to speak. That is to say, where the points came from. Each resort has a set amount of points that is theoretically divided up by the number and type of rooms at that property. When you buy a DVC contract, it actually states in the contract which unit of which you own a fractional ownership. The location of this ownership is the home resort. Home resorts are permanent, they cannot be changed. Let's start off by talking about the 11-month booking window. So it is a window, it is a period of time starting at 11 months all the way up until we hit the next window, which is going to be 7 months. But first, let's discuss 11 months. You are able to begin booking stays with check-in dates 11 months ahead of your check-in date using the points at your home resort. For example, if I have a contract at Polynesian, I can book stays starting 11 months or less, but 11 months is the farthest out from today at Polynesian. So as soon as I reach 11 months from the check-in date for my stay, I'm able to go ahead and make that booking. You can book it on the phone with DVC, but most people use the website because you're able to book a little bit earlier in the day. You have the option of getting in there at 8 a.m. Eastern. For me on the West Coast, that's 5 a.m. The phone line's open an hour after that, so if you can book online, you are going to have the best selection by booking online. It's the earliest. Now, the same goes with any contract. You can use the points at your home resort, no strings attached, and it's the same for all contracts. 11 months, home resort booking, all the same, nice and simple. But it doesn't stay that way. Enter the 7-month window. This is where things start to get a bit complicated. Once you reach the 7-month window, or 7 months or less before the check-in date for your stay, you may be able to book at other DVC resorts using your DVC points. But there are a few different groupings that we need to talk about here first. The first group includes any contracts purchased directly from Disney and any resale contracts that were purchased or under contract to purchase before January 19th, 2019. So again, this group is all direct purchases from Disney and resale contracts purchased before January 19th, 2019. This group can use their points at all the other DVC resorts at the 7-month window. They can access all of the DVC resorts depending upon availability of rooms. If a villa is available to book, you can book it with those points. Obviously, this group has the most flexibility. The second group includes resale contracts at Riviera Resort and the villas at Disneyland Hotel, and most likely all future new DVC resorts. We don't know yet, but if you're watching this video after other DVC resorts have opened, this is likely going to be the case with any brand new DVC resort. I want to be clear that I am only speaking about these contracts that were purchased on the resale market, not directly from Disney. If you bought Riviera or villas at Disneyland Hotel or a future DVC resort and you bought it direct from Disney, this will not apply. We are only talking about resale contracts for those resorts. This group may only use their points to book at their home resort for the entire remaining life of the contract. They cannot book at any other DVC resort, period. So this is one of the often mentioned resale restrictions, and there are a couple of different types. The third group includes all resale contracts that were purchased or under contract after January 19th, 2019, excluding Riviera and the Villas at Disneyland Hotel, and most likely all future DVC resorts, because they have their own special category where they cannot exchange into any other resorts. If you were to purchase a resale contract today at any resort except the two that I mentioned, this would apply to your contract. This group can only use their DVC points at the 7-month window to book at what we refer to as these legacy resorts. So basically, I'm referring to pre-Riviera resorts, any of the DVC resorts that existed prior to Riviera Resort. These include Aulani, Animal Kingdom Villas, Bay Lake Tower, Beach Club, Boardwalk, Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek, Grand Californian, Grand Floridian, Hilton Head Island, Old Key West, Polynesian, Saratoga Springs, and Vero Beach. As you can see, these contracts are cut off from Riviera and Villas at Disneyland Hotel. And while that is a bummer if you want to stay at those resorts, you still have numerous options available with the legacy resorts. So now that you know which categories your contracts fall into, you can plan for your points use. Let's take a look at the DVC website for a helpful tool to calculate your booking dates. Once you're logged in on the Disney Vacation Club website, you'll go to My DVC and head on over to My Dashboard. And you will see this booking window calculator. You go ahead and select your vacation start date. So I think we're going to go pretty far out. Let's go to, well, let's just say July of 2024. Let's say July 6th of 2024. And it doesn't even care how long the stay is, because what matters is the first day. And you can see here we have some really useful information. So you can see here that August 6th, 2023 is when you're allowed to book at your home resort. It is strictly by the calendar date. Now, here is the 7-month window. So December 6th is going to be that 7-month window for other Disney Vacation Club resorts. So these first two are the ones that you're really going to want to keep an eye on when you are booking. So why do these booking windows even matter? Well, because most of the time it's easy to book the room that you want at your home resort at 11 months. Most of the time, unless you're traveling at a super busy time and you want a very low inventory room category, you're probably going to be able to get what you want at your home resort as long as you book it right away. But at 7 months, it's a really different story. Things can get fairly picked over, especially if you're traveling at a busy time of year. You may or may not be able to switch to another resort of your choice. I recommend having a first choice and maybe a second or third choice in case the one that you want is not available. Or the resort is available but not the room type that you want. So you may want to budget extra points because maybe you can't get a standard view, but you can get a preferred view. That's why the 11-month booking window matters so much. 11-month booking is your key to really getting exactly what you want. So now let's look at a couple of example scenarios, because I'm a teacher and I know that practice makes progress. So let's say that we want to book a room with our Polynesian points. We have a Polynesian contract. It was our first DVC resort. We can use them to book at Polynesian at 11 months. And because we bought that contract direct from Disney, we can also use them to book at any other DVC resort at 7 months. Current resorts and future resorts, because those are directly purchased from Disney. Now let's take a look at a Riviera contract, but let's say that it was resale. We don't actually own one like this, but some of you do. We could use that contract to book only at Riviera. And yes, that could be at 11 months at Riviera, but we would not be able to use those points to book at any other DVC resort at any time. Now again, I want to reiterate, this is only for people who purchased Riviera resale, or this would also apply to Villas at Disneyland Hotel. So in our example, we're saying it's a Riviera resale contract. That can only ever be used at Riviera. It's so important that you understand that before you purchase one of those resale contracts at that resort. Okay, here's another scenario. Let's say we wanted to book with our Animal Kingdom Lodge contract that we bought as resale in 2018. Yes, we do own a resale contract from 2018. We could use those points to book at Animal Kingdom Lodge at 11 months. And we could also use that contract at any current or future DVC resort at the 7-month booking window because we were grandfathered in. This is the hardest category to be in because you just can't get this today. It's no longer possible to get into this category. Our biggest DVC regret as owners is that we didn't buy more of our resale points back then before that restriction was put in place on January 19th, 2019. I know a lot of people really scrambled to try to get contracts through right before that date because it was a door closed to them on resale. Now, there are still many, many wonderful deals to be had in resale, and it's still a thriving business. But as some of those contracts start to expire over time, you won't have quite as many choices with those resale restrictions. Finally, let's say we wanted to book a stay with a Bay Lake Tower resale contract that was newly purchased. Let's say you just bought it and you got your points loaded onto your account, and because it's a new resale contract, you will only be able to use those at the legacy resorts. You can use those points to book at 11 months at Bay Lake Tower if that was the home resort, and you could use them at 7 months at all of the DVC resorts except Riviera and the Villas at Disneyland Hotel and any future DVC resorts that come out later. Okay, folks, if you've stuck around this long, you're ready to hear my most asked DVC booking question, and it's this. If I have contracts at 2 different resorts, can I combine them for a reservation at the 11-month window? No. The answer is always no. I can't tell you how often I am asked this question. People send me messages about this all the time. Listen carefully because this will always be the same answer. No, you cannot just buy 50 points direct at one of the expensive new resorts and then go buy 150 points resale at some less expensive resale resort and then combine them at 11 months to book at the more expensive resort. No, you can't do that. If you could do that, everyone would be doing that. All right, well, if your head is spinning from all these different restrictions, I would encourage you to just focus in on whatever category you're in. You don't really have to worry about the other ones. Just decide what fits for you. If keeping it simple and keeping everything direct so there are no restrictions ever, if that's easier for you, great. If you're really value conscious, you'll probably want to look at the resale market and pick up a resale contract that lets you stay in those legacy resorts. Or if you're absolutely in love with, say, Riviera or Villas at Disneyland Hotel, and you can pick up a great deal on resale, and that's the only place you ever want to stay, maybe that is the best deal for you. If you're looking for more info, you can find us on Facebook and Patreon. You can also find my Amazon link in the description below, where you can find a list of recommended products for your next Disney vacation. If you want to get the most out of your Disney Vacation Club membership, be sure to check out this playlist right here. We also think you're going to love this video right here. Thanks so much for joining us today. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye.